The following video contains personal stories of Indigenous people who have experienced homelessness. Drug use, violence, foster care, residential school, and recounting traumatic experiences are discussed. Residential school survivors, their families, and Indigenous people dealing with intergenerational trauma can access mental health and crisis supports through the Indian Residential School Survivors Society at 1-800-721-0066. Others affected by this content can call 310 Mental Health at 310-6789.
So what happens is a lot of our people are running from their traumas, and they run and they end up down here. And unfortunately, this may be the last place they'll ever see with the opioid crisis that's going on and the lifestyle that they lead. They've adapted. So and I've heard this many times, I've been asked from many bands, can you check up on this person? Can you check up on this person? They sent a picture, and I'd luckily find them. And I'd say, yeah, your chief asked me to look into you, see if you're okay. And on 2-3 occasions, that person would, in the alley, in that doorway, soaking wet, cold, hungry, they'd start crying. And when they finish crying, they go, I can't believe my nation cares about me. I can't believe my family cares about me. You know, and that's so powerful. That's powerful. So there's no better feeling than our people that are down here to know that their nation has sent somebody to come look for them, to come watch out for them. And I've heard it many times from our people that I remember saying, James, I'm not ready. But just to know that you're here, that when I am ready, that gives me a sense of comfort.
James Harry had spent a lot of time on the streets of the downtown east side, using cocaine to run from his demons and the hurt until he was exhausted or out of money.
By this time I had 3 kids, and they're all waiting for me. My wife and my 3 kids are waiting for me, but I was down here being selfish, running from my demons, running from all that hurt. The way I was doing it was trying to numb that pain.
8 years ago, he stopped running. James turned and faced the trauma and hurt.
That next morning, when I woke up, I looked at my wife and we're sleeping on the floor. And I looked at my wife and I said, that's it. If we're going to save this marriage or we're going to keep our kids in our life, this is it. We got to quit. We relied on our elders. We relied on our land, and went to AA meetings every night. And we were challenged 90 meetings, 90 days. And we went, we took another step and we went there every day for the whole year.
James's lived experience has shaped his unique approach to Indigenous outreach.
We have a lot of beautiful people doing outreach work there, but I think ours is unique, where it's a nation-to-nation member, or it's a familiar face, and that you gain that trust, establish that trust, and let them know that you're not just a flash in the pan, but you're there. And and once you get that trust, that you can start talking about what other steps we can take to the healing. Healing's got to take place before anything else. Healing's got to take place if you're going to be successful in housing, if you're going to be successful in a job. That healing's got to take place. You see people that are trying to be housed and just can't be housed because they're so used to that dysfunctional life, right? And before you know it, they're back out there, right? And doing the same thing, and they're still angry, they're still hurt, they're still resentful, right? So that healing's got to take place before we move forward. You can't move forward, whether it's your nation, individually, family, unless we start the healing, right? And maybe that community means, maybe they're far away and they grew up in a community, but it could be somebody that they're familiar face with.
A familiar face is good medicine. Knowing that your people care about you will bring healing and restore a sense of belonging for Indigenous people living rough. It will take a village to weave back together all my relations. Supporting collaborative Indigenous-led approaches and organizations is essential to building trust, hope, healing, and empowerment. We're all part of the web of interconnections, and this means that change is the responsibility of every one of us. Learn more and get involved today.